Hello everyone, welcome to my first YouTube video. Today's video is just a simple get ready with me for work, grab a snack, do your makeup with me. Super chill, super easy. So I'm starting off by taking concealer on the lid and just blending that out to conceal any discoloration, redness, veins, etc. Now I'm taking just a little bit of powder and lightly dusting that all over the lid to set. I'm not doing any eyeshadow today, simply just taking a wing and stretching that out towards my hairline and then bringing that back across about halfway through the center of the eye and then filling it in completely. This is the NYX Felt Tip Liner. Really jet black, really good pigmentation. It's one of my favorites. When it comes to my base routine for work, I typically like to underpaint and start with contour underneath foundation. I find that it gives just a little bit more of a natural look. So I'm taking the Fenty Cream Bronzer, which we can see is heavily used. I've been using this for about a year now. I've gone through 2 compacts, I believe. And I start with the cheekbone. I hit right above there. And once I feel like that's super blended, I go to the forehead and I work that in through the hairline, the temples. I have a normal size forehead, so I'm really not trying to contour too much, but I like to add a lot of bronzer. So when we add the rest of the cream products later, it all is super blended and super seamless. Now I'm gonna go in and hit the jawline with that same cream bronzer. And I'll feather that in and I'll take it down the neck as well. I want to make sure this is blended and there's no harsh lines between the jaw and the neck. Also take it right below the ear as well. And then I'm going to go in with my Morphe brush. I believe this is the M433, but I'll have everything linked down below. And then I take that in and I feather that into the front of my brows and I work my way down the nose with it. This really helps with the sculpting of my nose contour, and I feel like everything looks super seamless with it. I went in with a little bit more Morphe setting spray to add some more hydration because I'm going in with my Rare Beauty blush here. I believe it's shade Happy, but again, I'll link that down below as well. I take this right above the contour and blend the two together. Now, when you're underpainting, it's very much a trust the process type of situation. It's going to be jigsaw before it's blended. So again, trust the process. Everything's going to come together in the end. I'm now going in with a little pink color corrector, warming the product up between my ring fingers, just to dab right in that inner corner to do a little bit of highlighting and correcting. This is not a product that you take like concealer and drag it down your nose and outwards towards the blush. This is something that you concentrate just in the center there to do a little bit of correcting. I'm now going in with my Dominique's concealer in the shade Almond Milk, taking that in the inner corner, on the chin, bridge of the nose, right under the nose, and on the forehead. I really love this concealer. The metal tip on there really adds a cooling effect, and it's really awesome coverage as well. I will say that it does get a little oily throughout the day, so if that's not your favorite thing, this might not be the concealer for you. I'm oily combination dry skin, so for me, as long as there's coverage and I can add a little bit of powder and bake, I don't mind a little shine throughout the day. So I start with the center of the face first. So I do my chin, Cupid's bow, and nose. I blend out my under eyes last. I like that to dry down a little bit so it adds just a little bit of coverage. And I'll take that concealer and follow the eyeliner and the blush and the contour in that same up and out motion to add that lifted effect there. And as you can see, it's starting to blend together with everything else, allowing the blush, the contour, bronzer to be a little bit more seamless here. I am now going in with the Makeup by Mario foundation, pretty much in all the same places I did the concealer, and in between the cream blush, contour, bronzer. I will let you guys know I did return this foundation shortly after filming this video. It's a beautiful finish, beautiful coverage. However, I found that I developed just a little bit of texture on my skin in places I normally wouldn't break out. And nothing else in my skincare routine has changed, minus the fact that I was trying this foundation. If you are someone that's normal to dry, you are really going to love this. If you're definitely on the oilier side, this probably isn't the foundation for you. But overall, I would say this is a 7 out of 10 foundation for me personally. I'm now going in with the Huda Beauty powder in the shade Cherry Blossom and setting that under eye area. I love, love, love these powders. They're amazing for baking. They're amazing for setting. They don't crease throughout the day, and they don't feel heavy on the skin either. It makes my foundation feel so lightweight, so seamless. I like to take this smaller brush to set around the nose area and the forehead. I forgot to mention, I do use shade Cherry Blossom to set under eyes and to bake with it, but I use shade Cupcake to set the nose, forehead, chin, and Cupid's bow. I'm now going back in with shade Cherry Blossom and baking the under eye. I take it down the sides of the nose to help define it just a little bit more. And I again follow that same pattern of the liner, blush, bronzer, and doing it that up and out motion for that lifted effect. And I feather out those edges. I'm very high maintenance when it comes to my powders, so I set the perimeters of my face with a different powder than I set the center of my face. So I'm going in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics X Robin Powder Move in shade Sheer Fair. I love this powder. It sets everything really, really nicely, doesn't add any extra coverage, and it allows the powder products that I use next to go on really smooth. I'm now going in with the Makeup by Mario Skin Perfector in shade Light Medium and dabbing it over those same places that I use the cream bronzer. I start by dabbing it on the bronzer area, and then I'll start to feather and fade it after. So I hit that in the same places, the cheekbones, right above the ear, the forehead, and then down the jaw, and then as well as behind the ear and down the neck. These skin enhancers really are incredible. Even on my no makeup days, when I want just a little bit of sun-kissed look, I'll go in with these. They're really, really smooth, really blendable, really creamy. And then I like to bake right under where I took that bronzer on the cheekbone area. I'm now going in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics bronzer in shade Skinny Dip. I take that down the sides of my nose and through the front of my brows and feather that up. I like to use a different bronzer to contour my nose with, as I find that the Makeup by Mario has a little bit of sheen to it, and this one has absolutely no sheen to it whatsoever. And this is such a beautiful color. I'll continue to feather that product through the fronts of the brows, down the nose, and then hit the tip until I find that it is where I want it to be. Next, I'm going in with the MAC Cosmetics Brow Pencil in shade Spiked. I comb my brows upwards. I typically just fade a line underneath my brows and take it out to the tail, and then I sculpt the brow hairs in the center of my brow. I don't really have a lot to work with, so I kind of make my own shape. So I skipped over that. If you guys want to see a brow routine, let me know. I'd be happy to do that. Now I'm going in with the Kylie Cosmetics blush in shade Winter Kiss to kind of wipe away that bake while simultaneously blushing the cheekbones with it. This is such a beautiful cool tone pink blush. Beautiful coverage. You can build this up. You can keep it natural. It's one of my favorites. I am now going in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics Luminous powder in shade Brighten Up. I like to take that right under the under eye to wipe away the rest of that bake, and again take it upwards in that same direction. I find this is like a finishing touch for me and really adds just a little bit of dewiness, luminosity to the under eye. Now I'm just wiping away all of that bake. Now going in with the Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighter in shade Iced. I'm taking this on a Real Techniques brush, just a flat, dense shading brush. And this is my go-to brush to kind of just highlight the brow bone, the inner corner of the eye, the bridge of the nose, the tip of the nose, the Cupid's bow. This is probably my most used brush in my collection. I've had this for probably over 8 years at this point. I don't even think they make this one anymore, but it just is really good for adding that highlight and concentrating it to really bring the pigment out. This is a really beautiful shade as well. Then gonna go in with a Morphe brush, super fluffy, and just hit the cheekbones with that as well. I'm not really doing too much there just because with the products that I've used, some glow is gonna come out throughout the day, so I don't wanna add too much. I already put some lash glue on the lashes sitting in front of us. So while those are drying, I'm setting my brows with the e.l.f. brow gel. I've been using this stuff for years. It's only $3 at the drugstore and it's amazing. I believe I'm going in with the Kiss lashes in the full volume set You can get these at Ulta, Target, the drugstore. I'm working on the inner corner first, and then what I'm going to do is flip the outer corner to kind of match where that liner is. It adds that lifted effect. While my other lash is drying, I thought I could use a little bit more blush, so I went in with MAC into the pink. One of my keys when it comes to applying lashes is allowing your glue to get tacky and then applying your lashes looking down in the mirror. Now, since the lashes are applied, there's a little bit of a gap. I like to go back in with that same NYX liner to kind of fill in that gap. And then I like to extend that on the inner corner as well. Makes it seem just a little bit more seamless between where your false lashes are and where they end. I'm someone that likes to go in with mascara after putting lashes on rather than before. I find that if you put it on beforehand, it might be a little messy and get in the way when you're putting the lashes on, but depends on who you ask. There's no rules in makeup, just do what feels right to you. I'm going in with the Maybelline Lash Stilletto Mascara. This is an oldie but a goodie for me. I remember using this in middle school. The component's really cute. It's got a little red bottom on it as well, which I think is really fun. I'm now going in with the Dior Addict Lip Glow in shade 001 Pink. This is one of those lipsticks that matches to your natural pH, so it's not going to have any extra coverage. It's not going to be any extreme color. It's just something really natural from within that I really love. Now I'm adding my jewelry and accessories. Earrings are from Jaclyn Roxanne in the style Shrimpies. The Evil Eye necklace I'm putting on is from a local mom and pop store here in Tampa. The amulets are from Alchemy by LA. She's a YouTuber named Leor Alexandra. One of them is a prosperity amulet and the other one is a love amulet. I love layering my necklaces and all of my jewelry. I find that everything just looks really, really nice together. Now it's time to go in and work on my hair. Guys, I'm not a hairstylist. This was not my expertise. I've always have and always will be a makeup artist, but this is something that I do just to get ready for work. So I'm taking the Moroccan oil dry shampoo in the dark tones, just spraying that on my crown area. Then I go in with a little comb to find my part before going in and using a smoothing brush to pull the ponytail together. So I'm going to go in here and take the smoothing brush, and I like to follow the tops of my ears to pull it back. That way I feel that I get the best part and the smoothest look. I have a lot of hair. It's pretty long, so it takes me quite a bit of time to smooth everything down. So I'm going to cut most of it out for the video, just so I don't bore you with that part of everything. Now I'm going to go ahead and tie that back with a scrunchie. These ones that I use are really, really nice on the hair. Since I serve tables, my hair is always up, so I try to use the least damaging hair ties as possible. And I find that these ones are really nice. I'll link them down below. Now I'm going in with the Luminous hairspray from Moroccan Oil just to smooth everything down and make sure it's all set. Then I'm going to use the bedhead stick just to do a final touch with all the flyaways and any loose edges to make sure it's all set into place. And that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching my first video, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.